fucking explosion just went off and scared the shit out of me. I just wanted to know, would anybody like to play Fortnite? The Simpsons season is out, so if anybody would like to join me, please join me. Play Fortnite. You know you want to play Fortnite. It is the greatest game ever made. Seriously though, if anybody wants to play, hit me up. Hello. I need to find a good backdrop here. I just reloaded my phone. Finally got it working after months and months and months and months and months. It's been like almost a year actually since my phone has worked correctly. So it's working. I have a developer account. So what happened is I loaded a developer beta and there was problems with the iOS 26 because, you know, Apple makes shitty products. And so my phone's working now. I wanted to know if anybody wanted to play some Fortnite. I'm going to get on the game here shortly. What's good? It's too bad you can't play videos as a backdrop. That would be sick. This right here is a picture of an actual Ouija board that I made, and then an actual painting I did that I added AI to, so it's animated. Somebody play Fortnite with me. I'm going to leave in 1 minute and 30 seconds to play. What's good? What's good? What's going on? There's all kinds of bombs going off outside my house, like fireworks or something. Oh, here's a cool painting I did. What up? What's up, Weston? Weston does art. What's up, dude? I'll have to check out your channel. Have you ever watched Hell of a Boss? Why does that sound familiar? I'll have to check that out too. I don't think I have. It sounds really familiar though for some reason. It is a green screen. It's actually a picture of a painting that I did. Here, I'll show you another one. Like this one. Dude, I don't know if any of you have an iPhone, but when your iPhone fucks up and it locks you out of your life, it's pretty fucking stressful. This is probably my all-time favorite painting I've done. It's actually based on my grandmother. It's one of my better oil paintings that I did. It's in storage, so that's why there's that weird hallway in the background. I'll have to check it out for sure. Thanks. It is for sale. I do custom artwork, so if you have like people in your life you want a portrait of, or if you want some clothes painted, I airbrush clothes, I do tattoos. Here's another oil painting. I'm selling all my artwork this month, so once a year I sell all my paintings and use the money to buy more supplies and make more. I actually handmade this Ouija board. I carved it out of wood and then painted it and added epoxy resin. It's actually pretty sick, dude. And then the planchet, the little thing you scoot around on the board to pick out the letters, lights up and stuff, so it glows. It looks really sick. I used to work at Lowe's, and they'd have cabinets come in, get to delivered, and they'd break. Like the parts would fall off, and so I would take the wood doors home, and that's how I painted this character right here, as I stick my finger in its nose. It's like a Ronald McDonald demon. You can own a wonderful piece of history just like this. I'm selling all these paintings. This is one that is not finished, but I'm not really sure. Sometimes I paint stuff, and then I get like halfway through, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. It looks kind of weird. This one's pretty cool. I think this one's pretty cool. Just trying some different techniques and stuff. And if you watch like my shorts and stuff, you'll see you'll recognize some of these characters from my animations, because I'll, run them through AI and stuff, and then they'll be animated. This is my friend's dog. I think this one's pretty funny, because the dog is like the king of their house. I think this one's pretty chill. I think this one kind of looks like me a little bit when I was a kid. I used to do airbrushing like all the time, and then for like not all the time, like 20 years. And then I switched it up, and I started doing oh, you know what? Here's some airbrushing. I painted this on this girl's back for this advertisement for the tattoo shop I used to have. You can actually see these. So she had full sleeves tattooed, and before I could airbrush her, I painted over her sleeves so it looked like flesh color, so her arms were fully tattooed, so that I could paint this kind of stuff on her. Here's me back in the day at my tattoo shop working on somebody. This I did on myself. That's Chino Moreno, the lead singer of the Deftones. This is my favorite band. That shit hurt like hell. I tattooed that on myself. These are all, what I'm about to show you, these are all tattoos I did. Like, this is the 5th tattoo I ever did in tattoo school. This is the first color portrait I ever did of Mac Dre. I thought this turned out pretty good for like the first ever color portrait I ever did. Oh, here's one of Andre Nicotina, who's a rapper. I did on my friend. I think it actually kind of looks like Busta Rhymes a little bit. And then I would fix tattoos. So like this guy had the tattoo on the left, and then I colored it in for him. Here's me painting on that girl I was telling you about. That's inside the old tattoo shop. I did that mural on the back wall. I also, my favorite thing ever though is to paint shoes. So if you want like custom Jordans, Nikes, high tops, any of that stuff, I charge like $100 a pair. It's super cheap, and then you can have something sick. I can also like fix most stuff on shoes. If you have like old Jordans or like shoes that are mean a lot to you, you want fixed up, I can repair most stuff. I should actually pull up some pictures of shoes here. My phone is resyncing, so I don't even know what's on here yet. There's a big painting I did for somebody. This is my own arm. That's the day I did it. That's all flicker. Sorry, guys. I want to show you some shoe pictures. You guys want to see something gross? I'm going to show you something gross. You guys ready? It's bloody, so if you don't like blood, look away for a second. Actually, before I show you that, let me show you this. This is a motorcycle tank I airbrushed. Here's another shot of it. This is a painting of Deadpool I was working on, and then this is what it looked like right before I put it in a frame. It's so cool to go through like old artwork that I haven't seen in so long. It's been years since I've seen these. You can see how big this is. There's my hand in the top left there. This is a portrait I did of my friend and his kids. I used to date this girl that had no big toe, so I like tattooed a picture of it looking like she got her foot stitched or something. See, like I airbrushed like coats and clothes, all kinds of shit. There's a big mural I did. I really want to show you some shoes. This is when I was like, for a long time, I would Sharpie on people's shirts and stuff. I still do, actually. I should say it's been a long time since I've done it, but especially if like I thought a girl was cute or something online, I would draw a picture of her and then add it to the artwork. This is my friend's wife. That's her face. And then I tattooed a picture of her on him. Oh, of course it's not going to show it. There we go. I made her a sugar skull. Here's me airbrushing a naked lady. I actually airbrushed these 3 ladies for this event. It was really fun. And this is when I used to live stream painting. So I would just like freehand stuff back in the day. This is like 7 years ago when I had a PlayStation. Here's a deck that I painted on someone's house. That was super fun to do. It's like, I like doing like really bright and colorful stuff. I do a lot of like demons and skulls and stuff, but I really like painting big, bright, colorful, cool stuff, you know. Here's the front of this person's house. Painted a lot of houses in Portland. And of course, these are my Star Wars pieces. This is hanging in my mom's house. This is some acrylic painting that I did. And I coated these with epoxy resin because I love it when stuff looks shiny. This was this booth that I had at an art show one year. Or it wasn't even an art show. It was like a craft fair. So I was the only person selling paintings. This one in the middle with the lights on it actually lit up. And all these older ladies that were there, they were like, "You're not going to sell anything. This is for like selling knitted hats and stuff." And I sold like all my paintings in like an hour. They were so pissed. Here's a better shot of it. I loved doing light up paintings. I got really into that for a while. I don't know why. Oh, here's Rey from Star Wars. This one lights up too. There's my doggy Chino. And this is a big mural I painted on my mom's house. She's like my biggest fan. There's actually an animation I just did in one of my shorts that has this painting in it where the tiger like walks out. That was really cool too because I painted this a really long time ago, so it was really fun to send this to her. And so she could, so it just looked like it came to life. There's my boy. There's got to be some shoes in here. I'm like scrolling through hundreds of pictures right now trying to find the picture of these shoes that I did. I used to paint these crazy big paintings. This is a picture somebody sent me where they put my head on this giant guy's body. This big giant guy was actually somebody that I tattooed. His arms were so big that I like quoted him a price, not realizing how long it would take. This is me and Jay Diggs, my favorite rapper, because I painted a mural at the West Coast Hip Hop Awards. So this was like on the stage at the Roseland Theater. I painted all that like Mac Dre, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Too Short in that picture for like the West Coast because I love West Coast hip hop so much. Here we go. Here's some shoes. This is more like a wild shoe that I painted. Most people want like stuff that says Supreme and shit like that. I'm trying to find a better one here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. These are some shoes I painted. This guy had some fucked up I think these were Air Force Ones. They were fucked up. So I cleaned them up, painted all this on it. I think these turned out really nice, actually. I got a cricket like vinyl cutter, so you can make the lettering like perfect. But yeah, these shoes were all white when I started. Oh, here we go. Here's a before and after, like how I can clean up shoes and make them look nicer. And then these glows, these shoes here, I made into some what I like to call Air Jedis, because I made them look like if Return of the Jedi had Air Force or had Jordan 4s, that's what I think they'd look like. Here's some other 4s that I cleaned up. These were fucked up when I started. They were so dirty. But I fixed like the webbing. I had to make molds to like redo the webbing and stuff. It took so long. Oh, I don't know where the before pictures are because it's like it doesn't really mean anything if you can't see them. And then I started learning how to make shoes. So I got these shoe patterns and I was actually making like Jordan 4s by hand. And like, here's a pair of Air Force Ones. This is like the first pair of shoes I ever tried to make. And it's actually easier than you think. These were like some Superman shoes. And yes, they had flaws. They were not perfect, but you know, it was like my first pair of shoes I ever made. Here's the Jordan 4s that turned out like, I call these Air Jedis. So I tried to make like the little red triangle looking things like Kylo Ren's lightsabers. You can see like the little pink outline there. And you know, like just typical like Star Wars colors. These things were so sick. I was so proud of these. And it's cool because like, you know, nobody will ever have this pair of shoes. And I even put the yellow inside the top, like those little yellow dots inside the plastic. Here's where I was cutting out the leather patterns to make some, actually to make these shoes right here. I made these with, it's so cool because the new Superman came out, which is like more of an Alex Ross style artwork, who's a Superman artist. I made these shoes by hand. It took forever. I think it took me like 3 months. It was like my first pair of shoes I made from beginning to end. I was so proud. I'm still proud of these. It's so much work, dude. And it wasn't just shoes. Like I started making like custom braces for people because I'm really good with working with leather for like people that have like foot problems. And I got really into like tattooing people that had prosthetics. So they would actually give me their prosthetic and I would, you know, tattoo the prosthetic, like paint it. Here's a Jordan 4 that I was making by hand, where it was all leather, every piece. And then here's a before picture of these. And here's after. This guy was into the Trailblazers. I'm so proud of those. I think they turned out really sick. And they hold up really well. I think they actually hold up well better once you do this because there's so many layers of like, it's not paint, but the special sealer that I use to make the shoes like extra fucking durable. Here's me painting that Hip Hop Awards mural in my living room. And then when I got done, I hung it off my garage so I could get some good photos of it. I painted that in one day. It was like 18 hours, I think. And then here's like Looney Corleone, this rapper, in front of it. And then like here's some True Religion jeans. So if you ever want some like custom jeans, or you got some old jeans you haven't worn in a while that need to be like refreshed, I can paint something cool on them. This was a super fun night where I painted like 40 dancers for this event. I got that stupid picture. This shit was great though. I got paid like $40 a dancer to paint like all these women. It was like the most money I'd ever made in like one night in my life. It was crazy. Here's me at the old tattoo shop. Anyways, I'm gonna go since there's nobody watching. If anybody's interested, come play some Fortnite with me. I'm gonna be on here in just a moment. Here's a motorcycle I painted. All right. Hope to see you guys soon. I'm gonna check out Hell of a Boss. See you later. I'll be playing Fortnite.